Somehow 4-4 against the Badgers in a tough place to.
Good morning, everyone. Well, I should say good afternoon. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of art foamies, and I'm here with Megan somewhere for Calendar Girls. Yay, we made it. Hold on, I gotta find Megan. Is she here yet? Let's see.
Seen her.
You haven't seen her yet? Okay, well,
No.
All right, welcome everyone. Okay, yeah, Heather says Megan isn't here, so we'll just chat. I want to welcome everybody. I hope you're as excited as I am. We've been working on this for a while, so you know, it's good to finally be here. I can't believe it's January 13th already.
Oh, geez.
I know. So it's so great to see everybody. I have to fix some lighting in my studio, so I'm just going to pause for a minute. I'm going to check on Megan. So I'll be right back. Okay. Don't go away.
Here I am. Can you see me, Kay?
Not yet. I'm not at my table. I'm trying to fix my lights.
Oh,
I
okay.
see you.
It took me forever. I don't know how to do the split screen though.
Oh, that's great. Hold on. I can do it, I think. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna get my water. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see how to do this. I'm gonna try to. I know. Let's see. There we go. Is that good? Does everybody see a split screen?
I can't.
You can't?
No, but hold on. Let me push that button.
How about anybody else? Okay,
I can see the split
yes.
screen.
Lori, yes. You still can't, Megan?
No, I see myself and I see you, but it doesn't look split to me. I see other people like Maureen and Janice.
Yeah, at the top.
Yeah, I should put on my better glasses. I have two kinds, one for general seeing and then one for really seeing.
Well, that's good. I have glasses that I don't wear because I can never see anything with them. I don't need them for
really?
stuff, you know, unless I'm driving, then I need them. But
It only gets worse as time goes on.
no, thanks for letting us know. And I am not far behind you at all.
Okay. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn my camera around.
Okay.
Oh, yay. Okay.
No.
Let me close my curtain. There we go. Here we go.
Okay, so I don't know, like, for some reason your screen is like a little square. I mean, which is fine as long as you keep everything right there.
I don't know. I've never done this before, so.
Well, and mine's just like wider and I don't know why.
Oh, maybe should I do it landscape?
Yeah, are you on a phone, Megan?
Yeah, is that better?
No, no.
Yeah, it's because she's on. This is Sherry, and I do Zoom for work. I think it's because she's on a phone.
Okay, so just turn it the other way. It'll be better. It's fine. You're fine. Don't worry. I wasn't sure if it was like a setting or something, but I would turn it back the other way because now it's sideways. The other way is at least, yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I wonder if there's a way that she can change it to have Zoom follow her. Do you have your turn locked, Megan?
No, but I'm not super savvy with this, so we won't be able to solve this today.
Okay.
Like this is like a miracle that I can even get it to do this. Let me just say. Miraculous. I'll just work small. It's fine.
That is perfect. Like, can everybody see okay? I can see nice.
It's good. We're good.
Okay, great. So, well, yeah, it's all good. I think it looks fine. Your color is good. It's nice and clear. It's just smaller than my screen, but it's fine. And I can see all your detail. So just do one.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
only other thing I have is my laptop, and I can't flip my screen on my
No,
laptop.
It's okay, really, I promise. This looks good. You'll just do this page and then move it a little to the side and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm covered in paint because I'm painting a room.
Oh, well, not the fun kind of paint, not the fun kind of covered in paint.
It's
So,
kind of soothing.
yes,
But yeah.
I am going to, oh wait,
Please.
it is recording. Okay, it's already recording. I want to let everybody know that this is being recorded, and I want to welcome you again to Megan and my Calendar Girl collaboration with Art Foamies. So yes, we have been working on this for a while, so we're very, well, I'm speaking for myself, but I think I can speak for Megan too, saying we're very excited to be here, and thank you all so much for, you know, your interest, your support, your enthusiasm. We are very, well, I keep saying excited, but it's true. We're super happy to be here and raring to go with our Calendar Girls. So Megan's going to go first and share her journal, and then we thought we would each, you know, share how we did a spread.
Yes. So my journal is here. I have two. So I have one that I know if we're going to be working in them today, so I have an extra to start in. And then this is the Home is Where the Heart Is stencil, which I sell in my shop, that I designed kind of specifically for this whole project, so that we would have a book that we could build and work in. Certainly you can work in anything you want, but something we could work in with this project. So I made like a little pocket. I have Kae's awesome art, poetry, calendar, words. I made a door on the stencil in case you want to put your people in there. I thought that would be a fun feature. And then this is the spread for January, which, by the way, underneath here, it says December, because I forgot that it's actually January. And so yeah, and so I put some glittery mushrooms coming out of the side. I have one of my new paper doll people in there. I put a pocket. I have one of my stencil hands and my stencil lantern. It's like a whole thing of borders of this kind of stuff. So I put that on there. I thought that would be fun, and lots of glitter, which apparently I have all over my face. And then I put my little Calendar Girl stamp, and the cool paper doll that I did. So the cool thing is playing with the little motifs that Kae and I created for our Calendar Girls. And so for this one, I used this stamp. I stamped it, cut it in half, and then it makes nice wings. So I made some wings on there. And that is my spread. I stamped it over here too as a background. So super fun.
I love your colors. Perfect for January.
Yes, lots of sparkle, because January is dreary, so you need the sparkle for cheering. And that's that. So
let me just ask you, are you gonna show the spread right now, or are you gonna show any other like I wasn't sure if you're gonna show through, or are you just gonna do the spread right now?
That's the spread. And then I thought we were going to work together on recreating our spreads for January.
Yes, that's what I thought. I just want.
So this is my
anybody with anything else.
Yeah, this is my prepped page. So today I'm going to mix it up and use Kae's art foamy for this spread.
So I'm going to show real quick. The two. I know it might get redundant, but just in case anybody hasn't seen them, you know, you can see them again. Let me pull them out here. So this one is mine, KP. And they're, so you know, I'm pretty sure that you all know they come in pieces so that they're interchangeable. So like this is my full head and body. So here's my body. And it's kind of hard to see. It's black like that, but and then the head. And then of course Megan's body. Let me pull hers out here. Okay. And then Megan's body. And then her head. For this is the first quarter. We're coming out with a different set for each quarter. And they're all, you know, mix and matchable. Okay, so the heads fit on each other's bodies, and then the motifs are also made to mix and match. So this one is Megan's motif that goes with her girl. Let me put hers back together here. And then this is my motif that goes with my girl. Sort of like a rainbow, I guess, but if you've been following along, you can, you know, use it also for like wings or arms. Just fun to have, you know, a little extra to go with it. So that's what she meant when she's, you know, saying she's going to do my girl, but she has my KP head on her body. So I love that. That was sort of the whole concept.
Yeah, they're all interchangeable, which is like so awesome.
Yeah, so when if you keep getting them through, you know, every quarter, then they're all going to be mix and matchable. Joanna,
So fun.
I'm so sorry, I'm going to interrupt just for a second because Joanna has a question. She said, I'm new to art foamies. Do you use ink or acrylic paint? So the wonderful thing, I'm just going to answer that really quickly. The wonderful thing about the art foamies really is that they are so versatile. You can do it with acrylic paint, you can do it with watercolor, you can use watercolor like crayons or sticks, and you can definitely use inks. Okay, really I use pretty much every medium except for oil paint. And I think you could use oil paint, but I'm not an oil painter, and I have myself, I don't really have a lot of interest in oil painting. So anyway, that's it. Go ahead, Megan. And I'm just gonna take the spotlight off me for a minute and just put it on you.
I was just gonna share a couple of Ks that I did for this month too. So I have quite a few to choose from, and some are using her kind of, I call it a rainbow band motif, but she designed it so it could be hands, it could be legs. I think she's done it. I've even turned this into wings. So just there's so many options for playing with this set. So, and this one is a mix of like my body in her arms, my body in her head. So there's so many ways to mix it up. And I love the chest part because you can put tiny little photos in there, which I did. And I just think they came out so fun.
So cute.
Yeah,
And also
it's
little
stamp.
postage stamps. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so much.
Yeah. So, and today, because this was such like what I'm going to do is, since this was all one color story in like blues and coppers, that sort of thing, I'm really drawn to this one that I did a while back. I love this color story, and I think it goes with these colors. So I think I'm going to be using this art foamy.
I love your
for
color.
this spread. I like her over there, and I might actually reverse it. So I'm going to do the same things, but mix it up so you can see it done in a different way, which I think is fun. Kay, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm watching. I was going to put the spotlight back on so I can start working. I just want everybody
Yeah,
to
start working.
up close.
So how should we do this? Should we just work tandem or?
Yeah, if everybody's good with that, I think if, you know, and please, if you have any questions, type them in the chat or I think you should raise your hand and let us know. We'll of course answer your
Can
question.
you
We'll
read
have-
can you read the questions, Kate? Because I won't
Yeah,
be able to see them.
I can.
At
Yeah,
least not on my phone.
Yeah.
God knows.
I can.
Okay, cool. So this is the home is where the heart is stencil that I cut up. And I think Kate did the same thing. You can always cut up your stencils if you find it easier to move them around because it's such a big one.
I didn't.
you can
I didn't
see.
get my second one yet, so I'm still waiting.
Oh, really? It should have been there like yesterday.
Well, it's been.
We did have like some
No.
crazy storms this
Yeah,
week. We
it's
lost
okay.
power.
Not in a rush. But yeah, I was pulling the stencil out
Okay.
again. What colors were used with Megan's blue girl? Sherry wants to know.
I used watercolors, but basically the kind of colors that I gravitate towards, like I love the Dina Wakley, Sedona, like if you were going to do it in acrylics, the Dina Wakley Marine and Sedona would be, or even Cheddar would be a good comparable match, like kind of marine blues and amber colors. I use Renaissance Polska watercolors, and so they have those there. I actually have a set with someone who sells Renaissance. It's my Megan Quinlan set. And it has those colors. It has the colors that I use very often in it. So I just stamped my pocket on here and I'm going to just cut it out. I stenciled, I should say.
All right, I'm gonna follow along with you a little bit. But I don't have my journal isn't. I didn't punch my holes or anything yet, so I'm just working on a couple loose pages.
You know, if you think about it too, you could always just stencil the shape in a rectangular book and not have a house shape book, and that would work well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also, just to make my life a little easier, I did cut myself. If you want the shape, I cut myself. I just traced your stencil, the outline, and cut it on a real heavy piece of watercolor paper so that I could just use it for a template too. And that's kind of nice.
Yeah. Lots and lots of ways. I'm going to doodle on my pocket because it's so dark.
You have permission to poodle your docket. Doodle your
I will poodle my docket. That sounds awesome. She's always poodling her docket.
in public.
In public. Can you imagine?
So I just traced that little shape on there. That's nice. I can hold your stencil right over it and stencil it if I want to too.
And I'm just gluing along the edge for pockets. I love pockets. They're my favorite.
Me too.
That was my Potter school like taster this summer, was making a book with pockets.
Fun. I did or 2 years ago, we did envelope journals, and every journal was just nothing but pockets.
Cool. I'm just reversing my color story, which is so fun. I always tell students that if there's something that you've done that you love, there's no reason, I don't know if that helps. It doesn't. There's no reason not to do it over and over again. You know what I mean? Like if you've done something that you love, like a spread or something like that, you can keep repeating it in different forms. That's what the masters do, like Picasso had a blue period.
Body of work,
Yeah. So it's fun to do the same thing in a different way.
Plus, it just makes your life easier.
That's true too. And I'm all about cutting corners.
Me too. Me too.
I wish there was a way to cut corners in my renovation plan.
I hear you, sister. We've been kind of.
I have all these deadlines this week that I have to get to, and that's right when I will say, oh, let me tack on something else.
Megan,
Right?
Susan asks, how did you prep the background papers?
These are just like scrapbook papers from Tim Holtz, part of his, I think that he calls it backdrops. So I just cut them. It's like a scrapbook, like cardstock kind of feel, And then if it's too stark, like I don't like the contrast, like I want it more blended, I'll just swath some paint over it. So here I used apricot.
Well, I wish I had more of a florally background to kind of mimic you, but I don't. But I'll just show you how to make kind of.
Well, you're doing your own thing, right?
Well,
your background can be different.
Yeah, I just wish I had something a little more florally. I don't have anything right here, but I'm just going to use my imprint pad. This is it's called Dots of Dashes, and it has a lot of dots and dashes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
is that yours?
Favorites, yes, and I love this one of my favorites. But I was trying to think if I should try to more work in your color scheme. I don't know.
I think you should do your own.
I don't
what
I know. I'm having trouble right now deciding. I think I'm just gonna do a little blue. I'm gonna do a little blue,
yeah.
little soft blue. How about that?
I love that.
I'm gonna use.
All right, so I need my other page for a reference here. So I need to stencil that. I was so last minute with everything that I did it this morning. And I decided, well, I have to put glitter on there, which of course has a drying time. So everything dried. I was like, oh yeah, it dried in time, that's for sure. So I'm going to take my page out actually. Can everybody see?
Yep, I can.
All right, good.
Well, I'm not everybody, but
I mean, I can't see. Got the glasses, but you know what I mean.
Megan, do you reinforce the Tim Holtz papers or use them alone? So they're mounted, aren't they, on something heavier?
No.
No. Oh, so they're usually
no. Less is always. I always do everything the fast way.
So you don't have them, they're not reinforced and you don't have them on anything else? They're just thin? Are they thin-ish kind of?
No, it's kind of like a thicker cardstock.
Okay.
So
I just want to let everybody know, if you're watching me at all struggle, it's because I have a tiny little scrap buddy. When I should have used something bigger, but it's okay. I just want a little color and texture on there, nothing too dramatic.
So you did this with Jane, kind of, or it was more Jane was working, kind of.
Yeah, and Seth, both.
Oh, and Seth.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to watch those big, it's just the holidays. Everything has been so busy.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
and of course, as I just said, I'm keep tacking on more and more things, which is not so smart.
Well, that did not even ink up. Well, okay. Well, at least I got a little texture on there though, which is kind of fun. Different color. And I'm doing something really bad, just so you know, don't take my example. You don't really want to let acrylic paint crust on your art foamies. That's probably the main thing.
The main big no.
Yeah, you don't really want to let them crust on there, but sometimes I do. But do as I say.
I'm so yeah, but see, it's different when you can just make yourself another one.
I know.
I'm like that with my stencils. I'm like, oh, I'll just grab another one.
I try not to, because it gets my help annoyed. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. The inventory is off.
Yeah, right. Okay, I need another color. Now, I think I'm just gonna use some graphite now. Just being lazy. This
So
is-
what kind of graphite? I know you tell everybody it's a Faber-Castell. Can I
Yep.
get that at like a
No,
Jerry's?
well, you can get it. We sell these and I love
Oh, you
this.
do?
Okay, this is Lyra, not sure how you say it.
Oh, Lyra. Okay.
Water soluble graphite stick. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a 6B. I like the 9B because it's really, really dark. So what did I do? I have to take off the wrapper if I'm going to use it the way I like to use it, but I did take a paint marker and write the number on the bottom. Okay. So how I do that, and this again is a little crusty with acrylic, so it's probably not going to work the best. Megan, that looks so good already.
Fun. I gotta let it dry a bit. I'm gonna put her in there. Sometimes when I make these pockets, the glue is all over the place, so I'll put my item in there to kind of push the glue out of the way and then let it dry. Oh, there's the mailman.
Yep, Lori says, since this will be on YouTube later, you might be able to see it. It might be easier to see and you can zoom in. Yeah, that is true. Later when it's recording, you'll be able to zoom. So zoom in. So it'll be a little better for you, hopefully.
So now I'm just gonna doodle on my lanterns. So I made these sets, these lanterns here with big spaces, so I could doodle and add patterns because that's my favorite thing to do. Do you like to doodle, Kay?
I like to poodle my doodle. Or what did I say? What did you say when I was going to doodle my pocket? I said, are you going to docket?
Docket your
Yes,
poodle your docket?
I do. One of my favorite things has always, since I had Rubber Moon, was and I had a class called Stamp Doodle Paint because it was just about doodling your stamps to really
love it.
make them your own so that they don't just look like you just stamped it down. And I don't know if I'm gonna just ask if you can mute. And then I wanted you to see this up close. I had a little mixture on that.
That is so pretty.
A little bit of the blue, that kind of what was it? It was like a dark turquoise.
Yeah.
Graphite, and it got a little wet and it mixed. And so this is the kind of layering I like to do with the imprint pads.
That's gorgeous. Here's where I am so far.
Love that.
Just
And
holding it up so
turn stencil.
people can see.
I think you sent me one of those. I have to go look.
I don't know.
So on one side, I'm going to use Megan's stencil on one side, and then I'm also going to share my stamp. I don't know if I don't think I sent you one of these, Megan, because I just decided to do it. Well, I
need to order the one you just used. That's gorgeous. I had a stencil from Stencil Girl that reminds me of that I kind of wore out.
Yeah,
I used it all the time.
The ease of the stamp, I have to say. Me and stencils are not always as compatible. I'm so used to stamps, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to hold Megan's stencil right above there and go ahead and what I want to use. Let's play around for a minute.
That looks a little better.
I think I'm going to put a little paint on here first.
Does anybody have any questions?
Nancy says, what size micron are you using?
Oh, today I'm using a 1, which I never use.
What do you usually use?
I'm more of a 5 and an 8.
Ooh,
with a little bit of a 0.05 mixed in, depending. I like to play with my microns.
See, I stopped using microns a while ago because and I don't know, maybe I should get some again. I mean, I used them for years. And then it seemed like all of a sudden they were like smearing more when I would do water, even if they were dry and stuff. So I kind of stopped using them, but I don't know. Do you use a lot of watercolor? Do you have any issues ever?
No,
Hmm.
no, they don't like watercolor as much because watercolor leaves a bit of texture, right? So acrylic dries flat and it's latex, so it goes over that very easily. But with watercolor, watercolor paper itself is very absorbent, and then watercolors are kind of chalky at like a microscopic level, but the microns pick up the kind of chalkiness of the paint. They don't always love that. But I still use them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've just been experimenting with different things. I don't know. Just don't have as many microns as I used to.
Yeah, I also started using these from Ranger.
Oh, those
Before I left, I just was like, what else could I use? I ordered just about everything I could.
So again,
That's dry.
Since that background that I stamped had a little bit of acrylic, okay, and a little bit of graphite. It's water soluble graphite, so it is, I'm just kind of smudging a little light gray acrylic, and just because I didn't want those white edges, I wanted to give them a little bit of, a little bit of value. And so it's working nicely. It's mixing with those other colors and I like it.
So I don't know if you know this about me, but I work very fast. Like I'm getting done-ish. I'll put some glitter on.
Okay, make it last a little
I'm
longer.
like, I know, this is the other thing in fodder school when I'm teaching. I would say my lessons are always the shortest and most concise. I think it's just how I live my life because it's limited. It's always limited. There's always something to go fix. Either there's broken emotions, there's broken furniture, water just spilled, someone's not sharing. So I have to get up and problem solve constantly. So I always am like, I've just learned to work super fast.
Well, that's good.
Oh, I get to do my mushrooms. Okay, cool. You know what's funny, Kay? I have all the other samples sitting next to me and I can't share them.
I know.
They're all in this.
We'll have to give a time for a sneak peek of the next one. Maybe during our well, I don't know. It has to be before then because I think we're going to release them in February.
Really? So today would be a good sneak peek.
Hey, it's up to you and if everybody wants to see, but I just want to say that because if we want everybody to be able to get them in time for the
Yeah, when is
well, no, okay, so it'll be I'm sorry. So no, I'm saying end of February or March so that you can get it for April, right? Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
So Deb Pascaret says, where's the big house foam stamp from? This is brand new. We just released it last night. And it is super, and I am going to show it. Okay. As we're working here in just a few minutes, I will show you this. It is called Journal Home and it is super useful. At first, I have to be honest, I wasn't going to release it. I wanted to test it and I loved it, but I didn't know, I don't know. I just was like, well, I didn't want to do anything to take away from Megan's stencil, really, to be honest, but it doesn't take away. It actually works super well with it. So
it's like a companion.
It really is. And so I
Yeah.
couldn't resist it. I love it so much. And, yeah, I think you will too. It is, yeah, it doesn't take away at all. It really just helps to complement it, in my opinion. Yes, I am using a skinny little scrap buddy and just a little white gesso to try to stencil this. I am not, and I'm sad to say, I'm just not a very good stenciler. I have tried and tried. I have my own line of stencils. I do use them some. I actually like Megan's stencils better than anybody else's really that I've used. Just because I love her design so much. I'm willing to try to suffer through. But yeah, I'm not as, I don't know how you do it so well. See, I always end up making smudgy stuff, so. A white Stabilo and hope that it's.
I'm obsessed with these mushrooms.
Let's see. Ooh, yes.
They're,
Awesome. Oh, hold that stencil back up. I wasn't looking.
yeah, it's a mushroom stencil.
And then what did you use to stencil through? Because I wasn't paying attention, I admit. I was
Just
kind of stencil.
just the Dina Wakley Marine again.
But did you use a sponge or your brush?
No, I use the Ranger mini blending tool.
Oh, the blender tool. Okay. Maybe I need one of those.
They're really good. I love those. There's something about mushrooms that I've imposed the love of onto my children. So like if they're playing outside, they'll come running in, Mom, check out this mushroom. And my 20-year-old now has a very similar tattoo to this and is also like, we're always sending each other mushroom photos. Look what I found.
Excuse me. I'm debating right now if I should stamp white over the top of this. I don't know. So confused. I'm going to try it. If I don't like it, guess what? I can overstamp it again. Again, using a small scrap buddy, even though I should be using a bigger scrap buddy, but it's just what I have handy. So that's what, what I'm using. Again, this is called Journal Home, and I did it kind of as a journal spot, but then also I just liked having that house shape with some pattern in it.
Ooh, how do you keep the sponges? I see a question. From getting hard and acrylic and unusable. Okay. Crikey. Are you still there?
Yeah. Oh, are you having trouble?
I don't know what I did.
I can hear you. Let's see.
I tried to answer a question I shouldn't have. Oh, should I go to my Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear
Yes. Close. Okay.
Megan?
I'm such a newbie. So I just always have a jar of water at my desk and I put it in my water immediately when I'm done using it. So here's my paint water with my foamies in there, my little
Well, I guess we do
daubers.
the same thing because mine are always full of, and same with scrap buddies. I just dump them in the water, keep them.
Yeah, and you rinse them.
Mm-hmm.
The key is to just constantly make sure that you're just washing them and drying. Eventually they die out, but I mean, I can use them over and over. I have a jar here of just some are new, some are old. I rinse them out. And once they start getting funky, like before they get hard, it's more like they'll start disintegrating.
Yeah.
If you take care of them.
Yeah, they get like mealy almost like.
Yeah. But they last for a long time, I find. I want to put one of the other dolls in here, but I can't.
I think they want a sneak peek already.
I know, I can't because I know which one would be perfect too, color wise, but
Who else is excited? We need to sign them all at once, right? So I mean,
yeah, we did.
for consistency and stuff. And I got a little smushy, but it's okay. I like it. It turned out good. If any of your lines aren't as defined as you would like, keep in mind, you could just let this dry. I'm going to blow dry it for a minute.
Somebody smaller.
And then I'm just going to take that same graphite stick, my dark graphite, or you could use paint, whatever. And I'm just going to run in those lines. I mean, sort of, along the line still of doodling your stuff to just make it your own, give it your own sort of spin on it,
Yes. I should have put her. She looks so pretty.
Remember, that's all labels to. Ooh, I love that. That looks gorgeous.
I don't know. It's taking up
Too much room.
I mean, her other half is being used, so I can't. Her other half is on here.
Oh, I thought you said her other house. I thought you said her other house.
No, her other half. I cut faces in half all the time because then you get two for the price of one.
Yep. Love it.
It still looks kind of good like that. I think I'm going to do it, but then it's going to be busy if I add another person there, so I can't add a person. But this is just another way to explore like a concept and then mix it up. Is that too bright? It just got really dark all of a sudden.
What do you mean? Your page?
Outside. It was sunny and now it's dark and gray and it started raining. We've had the worst weather.
Well, yeah, it is the middle of winter.
Yeah, but it's funny, it's New Jersey, so it's like 60, I don't even know, 64 out. And so it hasn't been like super wintry at all, but just like rainy, flooding.
Well, it's just been freezing here.
Yeah.
I'm in Missouri, so.
Yeah. We talk about moving, but
yeah. All right, so I like how I was able to make those lines stand back out. Of course, you saw me rubbing it with the baby wipe. I could, kind of obliterate that if I want my lines even softer. But the nice thing working like this, I can just turn this right over and smush up the other side. Little spread, maybe make some pockets on the inside. I think I might do that. I'm gonna make some pockets. I think I'm just gonna use the back of this house now. Of course, I do not want to leave this crusted on here, so I'm gonna wipe it off. So I don't have a bucket out here or a sink. So what I'm doing to clean it in the meantime is just I sprayed it with a little rubbing alcohol and then I'm wiping it with a baby wipe. Again, just because I don't want my acrylic or gesso to dry and get hard and crusty on there. But I do want to use the back side of this to apply color to my other side.
Well, that came out way darker than I wanted.
Hey, do you have layer cakes?
I do. I have almost all of them.
Oh my gosh, because it works great. Like when I do that, just take a little of that flesh tone and go over it and it'll blot it back out.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try that with my Dina Wakley acrylic here. I wanted it to be matchy matchy.
And I'm trying to decide what colors I want to do on the inside now of my, I think I'm going to just kind of keep it mostly kind of black and white and gray, I guess. So
I love monochrome.
yeah, I have quite a few black and white pages. I do really
It's a
like.
little better.
Let's see. Yes, thank you, Colleen. Yes, Hurst, I saw that question and I didn't answer. I'm sorry, I got distracted, but Megan's stencils, all of them, including the lantern that she's been sharing, are on her Etsy shop. I'll type
Yeah.
that in a minute, okay?
Basically, it's just Megan Quinlan Studio, all one word,
At Etsy, right?
at Etsy. All no spaces. That's the problem. I love that. Now, if I wanted, which I might do, I would do like some beautiful journaling here. I could do a quote, which could be fun. Just a different concept, all the same elements. Oh, let me use the stamp too. I put that in the no. When brushing. I haven't used my acrylics in so long. I've been working so much with watercolors lately, which is weird because when I first got started, I thought I can't do watercolors. That's not something I know how to do, but now I love watercolors.
Yes, oh my gosh, watercolor is my first love.
I'm not a professional, like I'm not good at doing like real watercolors with them, but I like using them as my main whatever.
Well, I don't know what a real watercolor is, but
Well, I can't do like beautiful landscapes and that kind of stuff.
well, I bet you
But-
could have tried, but you probably just haven't yet, right?
That is true. Yes, there's always time to learn more stuff. So I'm just stamping this very subtly over the background, which I should have done in the beginning, but I didn't.
And right now I'm just decorating the inside of my little 2-page spread here.
Sometimes if I don't have my sink, like if I'm on a time strain, I'll spray water on my art foamy and just let it sit like that. So that way it won't dry up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah. So it's real subtle, but it's nice to add a background. And I'm using acrylic ink or paint. So I'm using Dina Wakley's blushing with my art foamy. So I'll stamp sometimes, or I will use, so like here I stamped with the Tim Distress ink pads, which are very juicy. They're a little bit more blendy. But they have a really cool look too. You just have to resign yourself to not getting like a perfect impression because it's a little blurry, and I put water over it. It's a little water reactive. So, you really can use the stamps with acrylics, ink, and like Kay said, she likes to use her Lyra sticks. which I still have yet to try, but I'll use
Like this, which is really cool too.
scribble sticks I use with our foamies. They come out great. There's so many options. So
Yeah, also Derwent sticks are great.
I'm just seeing if I really don't want another person here. I think it's too many people. Too many.
Yeah, I like the journaling spot in there.
Yeah, I do too. Although if I try to talk and journal, it'll be messed up.
Yeah, yeah. Like a bunch of
Like I'll
words.
misspell words and it just won't come out right. That's that. Trying to put everything. It's such a disaster over here. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm like a total neat freak. Anybody who knows me knows like I'm hyper organized, but it is not
Everybody
like
knows
that.
that about me too.
It's not like that anywhere in this room. I just did a washi release this week, and so there's piles of orders that need to be done. I could go on. I was gonna send you some washi, Kay.
Oh, I wish I had some right now.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should use some. Duh. Got it right here.
There's one side.
That's funny.
This
They both go with the spreads. Kinda. How do I put it on?
Deb says, I never thought of using scribble sticks with art foamies. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah,
We've done that. I think I've
absolutely.
on well, I don't have actual scribble sticks, but you know, that kind of thing.
Any kind of water soluble crayon, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah,
It looks great. I might have some samples actually, since I'm kind of done-ish because I
yeah,
just
do
moved
it.
quickly.
You're just
Paper dolls. Okay. Bear with me. They're probably at the bottom. Yeah, here I have a whole bunch. So scribble sticks on our foamies look like that. It's, again, you have to embrace the fact that there's going to be some bleeding, depending, not all the time, but it has more of a watercolory kind of look to it. This one is scribble stick as well. Yeah, they came out really cool. Let me see if I have some more. I was using them for my paper doll class. This is another scribble stick one.
Ooh, that looks great too.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes out really well. I'm looking. Here's another one. Different tone. That might be it for the scribble stick. I'm trying to use up all my stuff. Got the hands. And the one washi K, well, both actually have my art foamies on them.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see. This one
yes. Oh my God, that's so awesome.
Yeah, and then this one has that art foamy.
I
The
love
little
those. Yes.
teapot.
Yeah. That's so funny because I saw it. I saw those, and I guess I was like, oh, she has art foamies that match that.
Yeah.
I thought you used them to make it.
Yeah, I did. Well, like on the actual print that they take and then turn it into washi.
Right.
I didn't stamp on it. Yeah. So fun. It's so handy having stamps now that I can use for products, because when I was doing so much promotional work, I can't use anything, obviously.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Use
Be able to just use all your stuff.
I know.
Right. I'm going to show. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No, you go. I wasn't going to say anything interesting.
No. Well, I doubt that. Clean my hands, and then I was just going to show. So now you've seen me, sort of, it's a similar way to Megan. She used background paper. I created my own background paper, and then just I think, what did you smush some watercolor or some acrylic just to kind of distress it a little bit. So you could use either, obviously this is a little mixture because I say it again, they don't call it mixed media for nothing. So I do have a little acrylic, a little graphite, a little gesso, and then, you know, there, so I guess that could be like the front and, you know, the outside of the house and then inside, right? And this is really what I wanted to show you for my portion, because I just have a lot of fun experimenting with all, you know, the foamies and of course the stencils, whatever, stamps. Once I get them in my hands, I just love experimenting. So this is the basis of something pretty fun. I'm going to actually do one with Megan's girl right now.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. So here you're just going to stamp the head, actually, not even necessarily utilize the body. I'm going to go ahead and also stamp it in black gesso just because it'll be nice and dark. Give me a nice dark line. So how I do it is I generally will squeeze a little of my paint or gesso onto my scrap buddy and then apply it by tapping one of the things. And I know you can't really see it because I'm black on black, but you really just want to tap, 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 making sure that your paint or ink is really lightly spread across the whole surface of the stamp. You don't want to smash down hard because you don't want any of the ink or paint going onto the flat surface, or at least as little as possible. Because that sometimes can show up in your stamping. That's funny. So Bernadette and Colleen both said, I like Stabilo Woody 3-in-1s on foamies. They do multiple stampings. And that is so funny because I just sold my set of Woodies on Mercari because I was never using them. So there's Megan's face. And of course, you know, one thing I like to do is stamp a whole bunch of them at once. So then you can, you know, get your best one and cut them out, whatever. It's also fun to have them to mix and match. So while you're at it, just go ahead and stamp up a few. Oops, see, that's what I mean about getting the paint down in there. I don't know if you can see that. Did a little transfer. Anyway, so I'm going to cut that out. I'm not even going to use the body on this one. Okay. And if you need to, you can hold the body up and do a little tracing around it. If you know, if that makes you feel a little more comfortable, just to get the right width. Okay. So we'll do that. And of course, I could even do this one too, if we want to mix and match. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut those out. And I did get this paper. I don't know how many of you heard Megan's recommendation actually from Five Below. It's their cheap
Oh, their watercolor.
paper. And it's really nice for this kind of stuff because it's a real heavy weight and it is, I think it's cold pressed, but it's still pretty smooth. So the nice thing about doing it this way too, you can elongate the body a little bit if you want to. If you want to have longer bodies, you can do that, but well, you can make them, you know, a different shape. You could make a, you know, a more full figure body if you want, whatever. This is the fun part. You get to really make it your own, but I am going to use our art foamy bodies for these. So I'm going to make them the same shape and size.
My kids are going through a SpongeBob phase. And it's cute and funny. I get it, but it's so annoying to listen to.
Yes, I know. We did SpongeBob in my house for years.
Oh, Dad was like, oh, I'll show him SpongeBob. My older kids never watched it, so I didn't have to go through that.
I'm going to move.
Now
I actually
just,
have I have this
so.
laid out. I did want to show this really quickly. I'm just going to interrupt myself for a moment because I don't know if you see this. This is a nice piece of watercolor paper. It started out as a 22 by 30. I basically cut it in about half, And then I traced Megan's stencil, if you can see this, 2 ways. So I'm going to get 2 booklets out of this. And I wanted, now this isn't necessarily with our calendar girls. It's with some other dolls that I made a long time ago. But it's a really neat piece. And I think you'll at least still enjoy seeing it. If I can find where I put, oh, here it is. So this again is with Megan's stencil. And this is on heavier watercolor paper than this, so I don't really like the way it folded. It kind of cracked a little bit, but you get the idea. And I did it in brights.
Cute.
It's just a little trifold, and I'm not done, but these are with magazine pages and one of my figures, my art foamy figures. So that was kind of a fun thing, but I do like the idea of the trifold for these calendar girls as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's what this is for. And
Yeah.
anybody who wants to try that, all you do is just trace the stencil. Now, I was going to show you because I left one side a little bit longer. So this, if you can see these lines, this goes all the way to the edge. So this will be just a regular trifold, but this one I did them a little bit longer. I don't know, you can't see. Yeah, like I extended the bottom so that I can fold it up and make a pocket. Okay, so that will be really easy as well. But
I
anyway,
think I'm gonna have to try that.
so easy and fun. I mean, I'll cut this.
Yeah.
It'll take a second, but anyway, so here's my girl. I just cut her out. And then, of course, I can go in, and I don't know how many of you heard me talking to Megan right now saying about your layer cakes. Recently, you know that Art Foamies just launched Jane Davenport, and she has these paints called layer cakes that I just love. They're new to me. I haven't had them that long, but I will tell you, I just love the ease. I love the way they work with acrylic, with watercolor, with I mean, they're just really a nice, beautiful, fun product, and they're so easy. So I'm gonna pull those out just to use real fast. So, and I'll just tell you a little bit about them. Like I said, they're pretty new to me.
I think they're gouache. I'm learning more. I was talking to someone else. They're a gouache, so they will work like a watercolor, but hold different properties over like an acrylic. So that's why I like them, because so I work in these journals mostly. Anybody who knows me, let me move my glitter out of the way before I smear it. I think I was showing somebody, let's see, on here the other day. Yeah. So I work on these acrylic journals that I make, and I create all the pages, and I use acrylics to create the pages. And so using a watercolor on here is a little difficult because acrylic is latex, which means plastic, and watercolor might work a little, but it's probably going to bubble a little or be spotty. When you use the gouache, you can use it like a watercolor, but it dries a little more flat, slightly more opaque, but it will work. I'm trying not to shake my camera. It'll work very nicely like a watercolor over acrylic, which is great. So I've used it. Let's see if I can find. Here's my doors again for the house stencil. Trying to see if I've used. Oh, look, here's our girls' Kae. Did I show you I did one? So I used my paper doll.
You gotta love it.
I have a stencil called Paper Doll Parts, and it fits perfectly with the girls. No, the layer cakes I think you just have to order directly from Jane Davenport.
Yeah, you do. They don't. She doesn't have them anywhere else.
Yeah, they were. At one point, her stuff was at Michael's. I'm just trying to see if I have a place where I use them in my journal. Here's me with the mushroom stencils yet again. So I repeat themes over and over. That's what I was saying. Like if I like something, and this is with the layer cakes. So it works really nicely on the acrylic. This might be layer cakes too. This one, but I'm not sure. It might be it. I think that was the only one that I used in here. Here's another somebody who is asking about the scribble sticks are foamies. Here's another scribble stick one. Here's another scribble stick one. Yeah, scribble stick one. So it bled a little bit here, but it has such a batik-y feel. That's why I like using it. So super fun. I think that's it for the art for me.
I love how you did your little arms on there. I want to try that.
I know it's so fun. I'm so addicted to it. This might have been gouache too, actually. This, I have these waves. I think I used the gouache in here too, and it came out nice.
Well, like your house
So-
too. The
I
house.
think I just drew that one. I can't tell. No, that's a stencil. Anyway,
Oops, I
it's
just
so fun to try out all the new products, you know? I love it. This is dry.
have.
All right.
All right. So
It's
now
like-
I'm just trying to get this kind of colored up so you can. I messed up her eye. Okay, I'll go back in and fix it.
Wow, it's so quiet in the living room. It's crazy.
Uh-oh. I don't know if that's good.
No, it's good because Dad's out there and we've had some challenges recently. One child is a little more challenging than the other, and so he tends to heighten the atmosphere.
Isn't that always the way? Isn't there always one more challenging than the other? Pretty sure.
Well, I don't know. I had 3 very easy ones. So the poor kid is like the odd man out.
Mine were easier when they were younger.
Mine, I don't know. I mean, I've had, yeah, he's the artist. He's the one who has the art foamies. He's
There you
amazing.
go.
Yeah. So
Well,
he's just a brilliant artist person. That's the problem.
How old is he again?
He is 7. Going on 37.
I have one. All right, so I'm done messing with that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have taken so long, but it's okay. I don't work as fast as Megan. All right, so now here she is, and you know can spend as much time creating, painting her up, whatever I do. If you want to put some highlights in her hair, but what I'm going to do next is just have a little fun on her body. So whatever I kind of want to do, and I'm going to use the layer cakes just because I have them out, but on my samples, it's actually acrylic, okay, but whatever. I just want to work a little faster, so
I know, I don't think I can add anything else. I was like, what else can I add? I finally decided to do my favorite quote, and I just put that in
also
here.
would be fun. You could doodle on this. I just want to put some color though for now. Just
I love that color. So pretty. There we go.
and I do think some stamps would be really fun. You know, if you had some just cute pattern stamps, whatever. Just go crazy. Do a little abstract on here, whatever. This, too.
I'm trying so hard not to mess my glitter up. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I'll put some glitter on because I'm almost done. And now I'm like, oh, well, I keep wanting to add things since you're still talking. So now I can't get my glitter. It's all a big mess. This is how I got glitter on my face earlier. My partner was like, "Ah, you have a glitter mustache." I'm like, oh.
Well, at least it's not a real hair one.
Yeah, it didn't stop him from kissing me.
Now he has a glitter mustache. All right.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know. Maybe I want it a little brighter, maybe not. But what I've done is I took my Duralar. How many of you have some Duralar or some transparency hanging around? And I stamped the bodies. Okay, so this is the Duralar. And I only have it in 0.004, so it's pretty thin. However, you know, it comes in different thicknesses. This thickness is fine for this. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it out. And I'm gonna use, well, I can cut out one of each just so you can kind of see. Now, the fun thing is if I had done it in really dark colors, okay, then maybe I'd want to use the white over the top. Well, the white looks nice anyway, but I think that helps make it pop a little bit more. But you can, I just stamped black and white gesso. Okay, so I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna use the black one. Also, I'm gonna leave a little bit of extra at the bottom.
There's
And
the
you can't
sun.
use a transparency or acetate for this. However, the Duralar does take your watercolors and stuff. So if you actually wanted to color the transparency or paint it, you can. I'm gonna blow dry this just a little bit again because it's still wet.
See, somebody was asking about microns before, so I'm trying to color on this watercolor and it's not happy. So I gotta switch it. That's where I run into trouble sometimes.
Or were you talking about the microphone there? I was blow drying, so I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
So there is my little overlay. So now I can trim this up. If I want, I left a little extra Duralar at the bottom so that if I want to, I could actually go in and extend that down just a bit. Oops, oh, oopsie. My paint marker went rogue. Let's take a little ink pick and try to clean that out. See that? Blow dry it again. I'll hold it right over and then I can trim her dress to match. I just love the look of it because not only I think it's just a little more free and fun to paint her body, like I said, sort of abstract, or you know, you could just do whatever. You could put washi tape, I mean, just whatever, layer it up, collage it, stamp it, whatever you want. And then you just have the ease of this piece to layer over the top. And it also makes it kind of glossy, which is fun. If you want it attached, You can just take a little tiny piece of your score tape or even just a little bit of white glue. And just put a little dot. I put a little dot wherever the, you know, underneath wherever it's stamped. So showing just the tiniest amount. Because really you just want to kind of tack it on there. Don't need much. You could also just do it like a little thin line right around the neckline or something like that. Yes, thank you so much. Jody asked, will you guys have any links to the supplies you used? I will be happy to make a list. The thing is I mean, I can't speak for Megan. Of course, there'll be links to her shop, her stencils, links to Art Foamies, you know, but I'll give you like Jane's website address if you're interested in the layer cakes. Like a lot
Really, just Jane Davenport and Ranger, in addition to ours. Like that's pretty
yeah,
much
and
it.
like the Duralar is just something you can get really at any art supply. I don't care, you know. And the Lyra sticks though, these I do carry at artfoamies.com.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, but yeah, I'll still make a list and post it for you. Okay. So there, yeah, I really enjoy using the acetate or the Duralar a lot. You know, see, she'll look real cute. Here's one of my pages with a pocket too. Cute.
Oh, very like nighttime magical.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, and then I'm going to just show this again real quick too.
So I saw somebody, I can't imagine, I can't see the whole comment. It was something about layer cakes and the price, blah, blah, blah. But she also has little ones, little like 6-color, like circular palettes that are smaller. So you don't have to get a big set. So you could always start with those to try it out.
Oh, yes.
But
Oh my gosh, I love them so much.
Yeah, I mean, it does ship from Australia. And I will say, as a shipper, because I get this comment all the time from Australians, Australia is the most expensive place on the planet. Yes, on the planet to ship to or from.
Yeah.
So that is why I don't know why that is. In Canada too, which makes no sense if from the US, because Canada is attached.
I think
But Canada and
yeah.
Australia, it's so expensive, and it's not like an Etsy thing or the shop owner's decision. It's just really outrageous. So during the pandemic, I needed to ship like just a set of stencils, like in an envelope, 9x7, like rigid envelope, like cardboard envelope, and it was $80.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh. Well,
I didn't send it. It's when they shut down some stuff and
Yeah.
it was really bad. So it's gotten better, but it's still pricey.
Well, and I will say though, yeah, it's a little pricey, but if you order if you do order over a certain amount, it's free, but it's like $300. But if you have a friend or something that wants to go, you know, a couple friends
Yeah.
want to go in on it with you, but also I will say it was pretty fast. Even for
Super fast.
it was really fast. So
Yeah, that's the other good thing. It comes super, super fast, super fast. So I don't know about getting there if it's super fast, but when I've gotten things, because I used to do stuff with Darkroom Door, and Rachel would send me stuff and it would get like to my house within like 10 days, which is crazy.
I'm gonna do this one black, I think, or dark, and then or like a dark blue, and then we'll use the white overlay on this. And I just want to remind you too, I do have some pieces kind of cut out. They're not colored or they're not very good, but some of them.
Oh, look at Maureen. She's got one done. How cute is that?
Right, Urini, where are you?
And you
on a spotlight.
You have the mushroom stencils.
Oh,
She's got the so cute.
what is her body? What
Body is this
canvas?
paper. It's bizarre. Hang on, let me see if I can get the pad. It's a pad of scrapbook paper, and it's thick. It's, see how the thickness?
Yeah. God, that's so thick.
Yeah, it's like almost like cork, but it's not. It's got like a cardboard backing, and I
love
love
how you
that
did
it
that.
kind of gave it some dimension.
And it also weirdly,
Yeah.
at least on here, looks kind of glittery. Like
It isn't. It isn't, but it's, if I show you close up, can you
Yeah.
see?
Oh,
Yeah, neat. I love that.
super
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's a scrapbook pad from just an art store, nothing special. I wish I could find it. I just had it. I can't, I have to tell you, when I do art, I put something down and it might as well be gone for life,
I know.
because
I believe me.
I
You
don't-
made me do it a million
I don't
times.
know where stuff goes. It goes into the abyss.
Goes
Oh,
where-
here it is.
Goes where the extra socks go.
Here it is. It's right here.
Oh yeah, burlap. Okay, cool.
So it's a pad of crazy, I don't know, crazy.
So Deb Pascaret asked, and the month names, did I miss those in Art Foamies? Yes, it is an Art Foamy poetry set. We have the months and the days of the week. The months have the
I
months,
have it. Hold on.
the years
I
too.
have it right,
2023
right here.
2024.
Here's the
Here, wait a
the
minute.
months.
Spotlight. Hold on. Let me.
There's the months, and then here's the days of the week.
Yeah, so nice. So, and then also it has 2023 and 2024 in with the year, with the months. And then the days of the week have some little punctuation at the bottom. So
Hey,
anyway, yes.
Isn't there because I think I have it and I'm assuming it's from you guys, but isn't there see these?
Wait,
These
hold on one sec.
aren't they
Yes,
art
yeah.
foamy months too?
Yes, they are. I'm gonna replay here. Hold those back up again, Rainey. Yeah, so those are by Flutterby. And they
Okay.
are, they're a little bit larger and just the the
Well, they're just the
abbreviation.
short term, like
Yeah.
short.
But they work great too. I love those. I only decided to make these just because I wanted the word spelled out, or
Right.
but and also wanted the size. But I love that set and I use it all the time.
Mhm.
But I want to show you something else really quickly. Just this, I know Megan and I, Megan, where'd you go? I can't find you now.
I'm here.
I know, but I don't know where. I wanted to put you back in the spotlight too. But I don't know where you are. Where'd you go? Hold on.
I'm here.
I hear you. I just can't see. you.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so for the girls, remember they are mix and matchable, right? The bodies,
Yeah.
you got the different heads, but also keep in mind you can also just replace, cut them and replace portions of them. So like here's again my girl stamped in her entirety. It's with my head, my body. But like look, that fits so cute over the top, right? Or maybe let's see, I thought I had, oh, here she is. Here's just my top. So you could easily put that bottom as well.
I love that.
Right? So also I want to mention this. I know not everybody here is my patron. I do have a Patreon page, and this is not only for patrons, because even if you're not my patron, you can still go over there. And you can, I have a shop where I keep my digital downloads, or I call them printables, or I actually call them a lot of different things. I call them printables, call them collage sheets, digital downloads, whatever, but they're all the same thing. They are either, lots of times I have black and whites, just sort of more like coloring pages, or a lot of times I will also, or not a lot of times, but I also offer, colored snippets of just different imagery. So like this is the most recent one. If you're a $10 patron or above, you get it free each month. But again, if you're not a patron and you still want the collage sheets or digital downloads, you can go to my Patreon shop, and for like $3, you can get these downloads and they're yours forever. The thing that I love about them also is that you can manipulate them. You can make them a little larger, you can make them bigger, you can isolate them. So this is one from past years. So I do them like this. Here's one I did also recently in November. And this is actually what gave me the idea for this most recent one. I called these little pods, and I love to cut them out and put them in the girl. So here's one. She's not really finished, but you get the idea. So I made these little sort of, portals or little like archways to fit in my girl. They also, of course, will work on Megan's. And what I did, I love this stuff. I don't know how many of you have this. Now you can print these right directly on like sticker paper, but I don't like to do that because I have such terrible luck with my printer all the time that I just am afraid to even change the paper. I don't want to change paper. So I just print them on regular this is a little bit nicer weight. It's not, I don't know, it's a nice bright white made for color copies. So I print it out on that. And then I take this Express It. It's just sticker. It's like clear sticker paper. Peel that off. I got 2 sheets here. Pop that right on there. Okay, now I have a sticker sheet and I can just, so fun. I don't know if you all got a chance to see the one I did. Well, I did these on these girls. So like here is the little tree.
So cute.
And then I did some little squares. I try to do, again, since it's my Patreon, we do it every month. I did like a little Valentine's Day one where you could layer it on that. I did a little St. Patrick's Day, did a little birthday cake. So maybe you want to turn her into, a little birthday girl. She'll be wearing her birthday suit. No, I'm kidding. So, and again, just like with all my stuff, I don't necessarily like to just stick it on there and be one and done. I would take and, maybe paint over this, just use it as a base layer.
Okay, I'm gonna have to run because the 1.5 hour timer is going off. And
Okay,
so
my friend.
I just know Dad is gonna need me back out there in the trenches.
I understand. I really do. Okay, I'm gonna just put that around. Oh, look how cute. I sent you these, Megan, in your email.
I saw that. I gotta try them out. So cute.
So cute. And then, you can make little different themes. So it also just gives you more ideas. Of course, you don't have to use this. You can definitely make up your own, but I did try to, like, this has a little present, and I even made little collars, although you could use them for little headbands. You don't have to use them for collars. You could see, again, here's the one I put the little moon on her. So there you have
So
it.
cute.
Super fun. And Megan's gonna go. If anybody wants to still hang around, I'm gonna cut my bottom piece to just show you trifold with pockets real quick, and then we'll have the calendar girl for January Zoom.
Yes, thank you so much.
Gosh,
This has
thank
been
you. And
so
then
much fun.
we will plan to get back together, give you a sneak peek of our next set. I don't know exactly when. Megan and I will talk about that. And then we will also be seeing you the second Saturday of February. Unless,
Sounds
if anything changes, of course, we'll let you know. But we hope that you'll come back and play with us again.
Yay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan.
Been a blast.
It was fun. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. And
Yes.
like I said, anybody else, I understand if you have to go. If you want to hang out, we'll cut this up and do a little trifold with pockets.
Okay.
Bye, Meg.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, so I did, of course, I was using this as my underneath, so it did get a little dirty, but that's okay because, you know, it doesn't matter. I end up using stuff like this all the time. So great, just gave me some little under layers, right? So the YouTube name is Art Foamies USA. And of course, we will, you know, be sharing, I'll be sending the link to Megan. She will have it up on her YouTube, and I will also have it up on ours. You know, we'll try to get it up later today, but it might be tomorrow. Okay. And anyway, thank you for anybody who's going to hang out. We'll just do this really quickly. I want to let you know I did use, again, a large piece of watercolor paper, and I used Megan's stencil. Okay. And I just traced it. Just, you can see the lines real, real easy. So 3 on one side, 3 on the other. I'm going to cut it with scissors. This side, again, I don't know if you can see this, but I went all the way to the edge on this side. On this side, I left a little bit more so that I can fold it up and make pockets. Now, this layout is great, especially if you want to see, or I mean, if you want to make, you know, multiples at once, makes real quick, easy work of it. All right. And I'm not going to make both. I'm just going to cut this out so that we can see the one with pockets. Okay, so that will be one. And I would just obviously take my little ruler and my bone folder or my scoring tool. Then you may have to trim it up a little bit, and that's okay. You can use your, you know, I do like to use my little my slicer cutter, but I just have scissors at the ready right now. So just fold that back over. And then there's one. Okay. So that's going to be one. And then over here, again, I left my length a little bit longer, about, oh, I guess 2.5 inches, maybe 3. I don't know.
You have to go out, little one.
Okay, obviously not very straight, but you get the idea. All right, so then you're going to want your straight edge. And you may, so let me just say this, where did I put Megan's stencil? I may want to go back in there just because, you know, I'm horrible at measuring. I would like my pocket to be fairly straight. So maybe I go back in with my stencil and just hold it up there, get it kind of squared back up a little bit. I just kind of want a little bit of a guideline. All right, so there you go. And then, and maybe, I don't know if you want your pocket to be that large or not, but Give myself a little score line there. Fold that baby up. And then same, you may have, and I would go to my slicer to trim these down straight. And then just go ahead here. And again, make your score lines. And then, you know, it'd be great to just use your imprint pads again, make real quick work of it. I'll just put a little line of glue. You could use your score tape. If you use score tape, you know, it's not going to hold very well. So I might put a little of my PVA glue just on the edges here and use a little, you know, bulldog clip or something to hold that. Sure, take your bone folder again, make sure it's kind of squared up. It's a little off, so like I said, if I had used my slicer, maybe get a straighter edge, but it's still okay. Little off, but that's okay. Smush it on good. There we go. And of course, then if, you know, if you're concerned about it being a little off, you can trim it up. But there you have it. And that's the basis for my little trifold with pockets. Ta-da! Anyway, calendar girls are fun. It's going to be a whole year worth of, you know, fun makeys. I hope that you'll join us next month. And I want to say thank you again for coming and for all your support. All right, I'm going to sign off. I want to thank everybody again, and I hope you have a great rest of your January. But of course, I'll probably see you at some Art Foamy Fun Fridays, you know, coming up. And you know where to find me if you have any thoughts or questions, let me know. And I will try to, I will try to get that list up too. And I'm sorry, go ahead. If you have any questions, we can stay here for a second, whatever you want.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. And again, this will be put on our YouTube channels by tomorrow, okay, at the latest. Happy
Thank you,
January, everybody.
KP.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.